Now, what if your wearable didn't just count steps or track sleep, but actually helped you understand your body in a way that supports longevity, slower aging, better recovery, and smarter daily choices? Well, today we're looking at the Hume Band, which Hume positions as the world's first longevity band. And I'm going to show you what it tracks, what the app insights look like, and how it compares to things like the Apple Watch Ultra 3, the Garmin fēnix 8, and also other wearables like Whoop, Oura Rings and Fitbits. A bit of quick transparency before we jump into the good stuff though. This video is sponsored by Hume Health. They are supporting the channel to make this video possible, but they have not had any say over what I am going to tell you. And as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own, but take from that what you will. So then if you're a busy adult, 40 plus years in age, you're trying to train a few times a week, you want to sleep better, manage stress, and just feel good day to day, the big promise here isn't more fitness features, no. It's future-proofing your health with health tracking that we can turn into daily, actionable, useful guidance. So as busy adults with families that are growing up and getting older, we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s or beyond, and we're trying to train a few times a week, sleep better, manage stress, and just feel good day to day, like I was talking about a minute ago. The big promise, it isn't the fitness features. You're not going to get overloaded with this stuff. It's future-proofing your health with health tracking that we can turn into actionable guidance. How does it do that? All right, let's talk about accuracy here first of all then. So no wearable activity tracker is accurate. Not your Apple Watch, not your Garmin, not your Oura Ring, not your Whoop band, not this. They are not accurate, at least not outside of a lab or a controlled environment. But what this will do is give you data that you can then use to spot trends so that you can see and track progress in the right direction. And it will also give you a means to spot something that maybe isn't quite right, so you can then make a course correction with your lifestyle choices, and now everything is trending in the right direction. Are they accurate? No wearable is accurate. Are they useful? Absolutely they are useful. We just need to use them in the right way, and now I'm going to explain how. So then let's jump straight into the app first of all, because this is where we'll see all the information. There is nothing on the band itself. It doesn't tell you anything at all. Now the app will take around 4 to 5 days to start compiling certain insights. We've got things like metabolic capacity, which typically shows around day 5. We've got metabolic momentum, that can take up to 8 days. And we've got chronic illness detection, which that can take up to 30 days. Now I've only collected around 8 or so days worth here, so I can show you the home tab properly, but for chronic illness examples, I'll also overlay the example insights provided by Hume so you can see what that looks like once it's fully unlocked. So the core idea here then, Hume is built around longevity. Hume says it measures key biomarkers linked to recovery, resilience, and long-term health. And it will also use AI to learn your habits and give you daily insights. This isn't trying to replace your smartwatch or things like that. This is aiming to be the best wearable for longevity, a best health tracking band style of product that focuses on how your daily habits impact your health span. So in the app then, let me show you the home tab first, because this is the hub. You'll see the foundational metrics you'd expect: steps and activity, heart rate trends, HRV, sleep patterns, and other health signals that feed into the longevity insights. And then if we go into the band tab, this is where you can see the individual graphs and data breakdowns. So yes, the base metrics are covered, but the real reason people are looking at Hume, I believe, is the longevity focused insights that get layered on top of this. Metabolic momentum, for example, and Hume describes this as a big driver behind longevity so that we can live healthier, longer lives. In simple terms, it's a scoreboard for where your health is headed over time. And Hume's framing is more metabolic momentum means your habits are stacking up in a good direction. Less metabolic momentum means you are drifting the other way. Now, what I really like about this is it's not just here's a stat. This is actual, your habits are moving you somewhere, and that is a very longevity first way to think. Think about getting good sleep, drinking enough water, improving meal composition, being as active as possible, as often as possible, to feel as good as possible, to delay stepping into that nursing home, focusing on functional movement, squatting, pushing, pulling, pressing, lifting. The day we can't squat means the day we can't get onto and off of the toilet, and that means we're going to need somebody else to help us. Now, I don't know about you, I don't want somebody helping me getting on and off the toilet, you know what I mean? Next in, we've got metabolic capacity. Hume calls this your body's energy battery. We've heard about body battery and energy and all that kind of stuff before with other products, but this thing ties three things together. Capacity, this is your daily energy battery for physical and mental stress. Then we have recovery, how well your body bounced back from last night's session with the boys, and strain, how much you've put on the body today with training and regular everyday life. The useful part is the capacity report, where it doesn't just show you a number, it actually explains what's trending and why, so that you can then make smarter choices in real life moving forwards. Now, third up, we've got biological age, and most people will only know how old they are by their birthday. Me, I am 47 years old at the time of recording that. I know, I look a lot younger. But Hume's idea is your body can be older or younger depending on sleep recovery, stress, all that kind of stuff. So biological age is designed to update based on how you're actually living, which makes it a really compelling longevity lens. I've actually very much enjoyed seeing myself aging slower, which probably explains why I look a lot younger than I actually am. But alongside that is the lifespan meter concept, showing your pace of aging and even how many extra days you've earned through better habits. Now, obviously, these are estimates, but as a motivational tool, these are super powerful because it turns longevity from some vague idea over there into something you can actually see and influence. And if wearing one of these and tracking that information on your phone means that you make better choices, you're going to lead a healthier, happier, more active lifestyle. And that is a good thing. Now, I mentioned this briefly earlier on, we've got chronic illness detection. I've not been wearing this long enough in order for that to happen, so I can't actually show you, but Hume positions this as an AI-powered early detection system that will analyze wearable biomarkers, things like HRV patterns, resting heart rate, sleep patterns, activity levels, skin temperature trends to help spot hidden risks before symptoms appear, that kind of stuff. The key message here is trend tracking. Most checkups with your GP medical professional, they're snapshots. Wearables can give you a long-term pattern. However, this is very important. This is not a diagnosis and it is not medical advice. But if you do see something that is concerning, this could be the prompt for you to go and speak to your GP, your doctor, your medical professional, and get things checked out. Okay, let's compare this to what most of you might already know. The Apple Watch Ultra 3, for example. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is, in my opinion, at the moment, the best all-in-one smartwatch experience. Notifications, apps, Apple Pay calls, the whole ecosystem. It's brilliant. It maybe isn't the best for the fitness experience, but definitely for the smartwatch stuff. But Hume's advantage over one of these is it's built around longevity and health tracking, not being a mini phone on your wrist. Now, your Garmin fēnix 8, this is mine. This is a performance and outdoors powerhouse. If you're training heavy, you're doing structured plans, and you love deep support features, Garmin, this thing is an absolute weapon. It's useless as a smartwatch, different video. But again, Hume is different. It's aimed at the person who trains, whose main goal is health and longevity, sleep, stress resilience, recovery quality, and long-term health. Then we have other devices like Whoop, Oura Rings, Fitbit. But if you're looking at all of those, they are strong products, definitely in their own lane. But one big consideration for a lot of people is how features are accessed long-term. Some wearables, most of the big players that I've just mentioned, will put many of their deeper, more useful insights behind memberships or premium tiers, paywalls. You have to pay a monthly subscription to be able to see your information. Hume's positioning, and I like this, is that you can use it without feeling locked into paying for whatever. You buy the band and you have access to most of everything you need. I say most of everything you need. You do have access to everything you need. However, if you do want to go a little bit deeper, there is an option to pay for a premium version of the app, which will unlock a couple of other features. But I'm going to be straight with you. Stick with the free one. You've bought the band. The free one gives you everything you need to know, track those numbers, make better choices, lead a healthier, happier life without having to spend money every month. Okay, we should talk about some practical stuff with this band, if I'm being honest. It is easy to wear day to day. I've never worn anything on this left wrist, and it felt a little bit weird to start off with, but that's just because I wasn't used to it. However, now I don't even notice it. It's fitted into normal life in here in the gym. in the office, at home, out with friends, out for a walk. It just feels normal. Sleeping with it, absolutely no problem at all. Well, not sleeping with it, you don't get the wrong idea. I'm not into those sorts of websites, but wearing it while I'm sleeping, that's a better description. And I don't feel like I need to constantly interact with it, because because it's just on my wrist and it's doing what it needs to do, which is ace. And the app is clean and easy to use. You've got the home tab for that overview, which is clean and easy to use. You've got your band tab for those deeper graphs and these longevity insights that sit on top of it. Okay, I do need to balance this out, because so far I've been talking about all the things I like about this. Now there are two things that I don't, and you need to know about this. The battery life. The battery life is definitely a bit shorter than I expected it to be, but it's not the end of the world. You can just top this thing up as quickly as you can just top up your Apple Watch, for example. So the battery life, pay attention to it. I think I'm getting about 4 days on a full charge at the moment. So like I said, it's not as good as I'd hoped, but it's not the worst. The second thing is the strap, and it works absolutely fine. I just wish it would feel a little bit more premium. So Hume Health, lads, battery, tweak it a bit, strap, a bit more premium, and then we're in. But if your main goal is improved health and longevity, and you want better tracking that's designed around useful insights without the distractions of a smartwatch, and you want to know about metabolic momentum, metabolic capacity, biological age, lifespan meters, and chronic illness detection, then this Hume Band is genuinely a compelling option, and I would encourage you to consider it. And if you do want to check this out, I've put my unique link down below in the description. You can use, I do have a discount code, Hume have provided one, so you can take advantage of 20% off this thing at checkout. And if you do, I just want to say thank you, because that will support the channel, and this is what lets me keep making these real life. I've used this, I've sweated in it, all sorts, these real life reviews. Now, believe it or not, YouTube is extremely clever, and it thinks, no, it doesn't think, it knows that you will like this video next. So watch this video next, and then when you've watched that, get outside, get some fitness done. And as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.